Welcome! Today's video is all about my jobs and stuttering. I will tell you all about my jobs, what difficulties I had applying to them, and how I did perform at the interviews. Some jobs I liked, some I didn't. Today's topic is very interesting to most of the people. The truth is that most of employers in general, or at least in my case, employers I had contact with, do not know what fears we as stutterers have and difficulties we have just to applying to a job. Not mentioning the fear and all of that which comes when we are interviewing with them. So I will tell all about it in today's video with every job I had. If you do not know me, I am Marko Knez. I am from Slovenia. I went from very hard stuttering in early age to a public speaker, and now I can talk in front of the camera. I was a guest in radio shows, TV shows, and many more. I want to spread the awareness about stuttering and all of the difficulties we as people who stutter have in general in our life. Okay, so let me know which problems or difficulties you had or still have when applying to a job or getting an interview with your future boss. Well, let me tell you that I worked and I am working at a job where daily conversation or communication with my clients or my business clients is a must. What a turnaround! And I finish a degree which is a classic stutterer job. Working behind the desk 8 hours a day, not getting a lot of conversation with other people. When I look back at now, what a turnaround. Maybe I didn't have so much problems with communication, at least now I don't. At first I did have a little problems because I love communication with people. That's why I did also present my country in 9th World Congress of Stuttering in Buenos Aires in year 2011. That shows you that everything is possible and that also you have to have a confidence when you are applying to a job and when you are getting an interview at that job. My first job was as a salesman in a computer company. My work priorities were answering to phone calls, introducing to possible clients through emails, calls, and all of that which comes with it. My biggest fear was introducing myself to a possible client on the phone. If I did talk to that person before, I didn't have so much problems at that time introducing myself. That time was the time when I started slowly to improve my speech and my communications skills. It was an 8-hour job, nothing crazy, underpaid and so much on. Just classic salesman job. I did love that job because it was my first job. My second job was also at a computer company, and again I was a salesman. My job description was almost the same as the first one, so I won't describe them. In both cases, I applied for a job. I did not mention that I stutter, and I would say very well when I was interviewed with that job. It's all about confidence. My third job was the hardest job I had to do until now. I was a salesman person in a life insurance niche. as some of you are calling it. I didn't like the basic idea of that niche because you have to enforce your way to a client to get a deal done. My biggest problem was again calling potential clients, first to get their interest, then to get a possible visit at their home or workplace, and thirdly to get business done. I must admit, I was lousy and bad at it because I didn't like that job at all at that time, and I still don't like it. But as I am a person who doesn't turn down the job, I was jobless until that time, so I grabbed it with my both hands, and I did manage to go through 3 months of working there. Again, it shows you that if you have will and persistence, you will make it. Maybe not at that particular job, but in some other job you will. My first job was as a driver to airports. I really liked the job because when I was a young boy, I wanted to drive a truck or a lorry, as some of you may call it. Well, this wasn't a truck, but it was a classic van. The most fun part was because I think that this job was blessing in disguise. What I mean by that? I noticed that when I talk more and more with people, my speech was getting better. Sure, it also helped that my speech therapy got better and better because I learned some new techniques. So talking to people had risen up my confidence level, so I was able to talk to them in a long journeys. This was a different type of call because clients were expecting me to call them when I was at their doors. So that helped me a lot. Now, today, I have no problems calling anybody anytime. I am that good at speaking. I did leave this job, but I left it because of working hours. In this type of job, you have to work day, at night, early in the mornings, and every day practically. Sure, you get your days off, but it isn't like a regular 9 to 5 job when you have most of the time Saturdays and Sundays free. Here you haven't. So I decided to leave. So that's the main reason why I left that place. Okay, I have one question for you. Do you guess what is my current job? I will give you a hint. Driving, salesman, factory worker. If you picked driving, congratulations. I love the job. It is a 8-hour job. I get weekends off and holidays off. It is perfect. I work for a logistics firm which has deliveries to other companies as well. So I know all the clients. I'm working here for 5 years now, or 6. It is a 6th year running, yeah. So I am joking with my clients already. Almost we are family now. As I told you many times, self-confidence is the key. If you are self-confident, you must apply for the job you love. I know that this is a cliche, but you must do it. Because if you are self-confident, it will show in your application. If you believe it or not, it will show in the application. And when you are interviewed, you have to again show that self-confidence in front of the person who is interviewing you. If you like this video, please subscribe and push that notification button.